So good morning, all of you. Welcome to our maths class, and please switch on your video. I observed something from last few days. Like some students are attending the class without video, so please don't pound me to remove from the class. Very simple language I am telling you. If you will attend class without video, I'll remove from you. Still, I can see some students are there, like Nancy and the other one. Adit Pratap Singh, Akriti Tripathi, many more are there. Arushi Srivastava, others, Aditi Sharma. Okay, let's start our class. If you remember, in last class we discussed something about the function, and in this I told you how to find the domain and range and what is the domain and what is the range. All these things were discussed in last class. And today again, we will have some question where we will discuss how to find the domain of the given function and how to find the range of the function. Okay, to find the range, there are two ways. There are two ways to find the range. The first one, we will assume fx is equal to y, and then we will try to find the value of x in terms of y, and then we will see for what value of y x will be the domain. That is the one method. And second one is there, we will do some arrangement, like suppose that I am having x square plus 2. I'm just taking one example, x square plus 2. We know that for each and every value of x which is real, x square will be greater than or equal to 0. X square will be greater than or equal to 0. And if I'll add both sides 2, so x square plus 2 will be greater than or equal to 2. It means what? Fx is greater than or equal to 2. So we may write that range is 2 to infinite. Okay, what I am thinking orally you will not get it properly. When I'll do some question depend on that, definitely you get each and every point. But before that, if you remember in last class, when I started that in the last moment of the class, I told you in 2.4, some questions are very easy. As I told you that we have to discuss about the real valued function. Real valued function is for the function which range is real for every value of x. This is called the real valued function. Okay. So in the last moment, I told you there are some questions where we have to find the value of f1, f2, f3 like that. Yes. And then after we are having question, different type of the function where we have to find the domain and range. So I'm just going to start with each and every type of the question. So if you remember in last class, the first question was orally discussed. It was orally discussed. Now I want to tell you that first, second, third, okay, and fourth and fifth. In all these questions, we have to find the value of f1, f2, f3, f0, whatever has given. Out of these 5 questions, the third is little bit different. In third, I have to write whether it is function or not. So we have to follow the definition of function. If one uniqueness will follow, that if one element have only one image, then only I can say it is the function. So before that, solving the question number 3, I would like to do first question number first, because it was discussed only. In question number 1, you can see fx has given x square, and then after you have to find f1.1 minus f1 and all upon 1.1 minus 1. This is the question. If you remember, again I am repeating myself, in last class I discussed this question orally. I told you first of all we will try to find f1.1, and to find the f1.1 simply I should write here x is equal to 1.1. So f1.1 can be written as 1.1 the whole square, and this is 1.2. In the same way, when I take x is equal to 1, I take f1, and this is 1 is square, it is 1. Now, I have got the value of f1.1, I have got the value of f1. Now, tell me one thing. I have to find the value of f1.1 minus f1 whole upon 1.1 minus 1. It is 1.21 minus 1 upon 1.1 minus 1. It can be written as 0.21 upon 0.1. Am I correct? Say yes or no. And after simplification, it will be 2.1. This is the result. Now you ask yourself, is it an easy question or not? Now, in the same way, if I am talking about the question number 2, in question number 2, I have to find the value of f minus 3, then I have to find the value of f minus 3 plus 1. Whatever f minus 3 will come, we will add there 1 and we will get our result. But think about the question number 3. In question number 3, one definition I has given, and such type of functions are called the modular signum function. After this exercise, we will discuss about the graph of the function, and then different type of the functions are there. And in this different type of the function, we have to plot the graph of the different function. And that time we will have a one function that is signum function. Sinum also it's called. So in this function, we can see for different value of x, we are having different definition. For different value of x, we are having different definition. And now your question is asked, is the relation f defined by this one function or not? And justify your answer. Let me tell you one thing. For question number 3, f is equal to given x square 2x. When the definition is x is greater than or equal to 0, less than 3, and x is greater than or equal to 3, and then it is less than or equal to 5. The question is there that whether the given relation is function or not. And about x, it's not written it's a real number or what I can say natural number, any number can be taken. Okay, that condition is that if x is greater than or equal to 0 and less than 3, then we will have a next definition. When x is greater than or equal to 3 and less than or equal to 5, then we will follow this definition. So what I am thinking, listen me very carefully. If I'll discuss about the real number, too many numbers will come. But here you can see, especially about the 3. When I take x is equal to 3, I can make this definition and I can make definition also. And for both definition, we will get a different value of fx. Are you getting me or not? If x is equal to 3, once I take, according to this one, fx is equal to x square. So f3 can be taken as 3 square, it is 9. At the same time, I may take fx is equal to 2x also, because for x is equal to 3, this definition also has given. And if I take fx at 3 into 3, this is 6. This is 6. What we have seen, I'm not talking about the other value of x. Suppose that I'm taking 0, it will be 0. If I take x is equal to 1, f1 will be 1. If I take x is equal to 2, f2 will be 4. f3 is 9. But when I take x is equal to 3, again f3 will be 6. If I take x is equal to 4, f4 will be equal to 4 is 8. If I'm taking x is equal to 5 is 10. 5 is 10. So, except 3, if I'm taking any other value of x, we are getting different images. But what we have seen, at x is equal to 3, we are having the same images. If I'll represent this relation, f is not defined written as a function, it's asked whether it is function or not. So named as a relation. So a relation can be represented by arrow diagram also. When I'll represent it with the arrow diagram, we will see that 3 have more than one image. And if 3 have more than one image, it means the uniqueness condition has not followed. The condition were there now. If you remember, the first one, every element of A. The first one is every and second one is unique image in B. In simple language also I told you we should not have a single element in A which are not associated with at least one element, sorry, any element of B. That was the first condition. Second condition I told you, every element of A should have a unique image in B. Means one element cannot be associated with the more than one element in B. Yeah, more than one element can be associated with one element of B, but one element can't associated with the more than one element in B. And here we are getting x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 3. If I draw diagram, I will see is 3, 6 and 9. 3 is associated with 2 elements. In this case, I can say this f is not a function. This f is not a function. Hope you are getting me what I want to say. Is it? This one the question number 3. Now, if I am talking about the 4th and 5th, these questions are easy. But even then, question number 5th one I am going to do. In 4th, simply you have to find f minus 3, f0 and f7. Then we will put and simplify. But question number 5, actually here fx has given, then we have to find the value of x. So let me write this question number 5 for you. Now see, question number 5 is there. In question number 5, it's written fx is equal to x cube minus 1. What I has given? Fx is equal to x cube minus 1. Condition has given fx is equal to x cube minus 1. Then it is asking the value of x if fx is equal to 250. So when I have fx is equal to 250, I get x cube minus 1. Then x cube can be written as 215 minus 1 plus 1. X cube is equal to 216. So definitely x is equal to cube root of 216, and this is equal to 600. This one is the question number 5. This is also an easy question. Now I am moving slowly for the other type of the question. Question number 6 and 7 you can see. Then after I will do question number 8. In question number 6, fx is equal to 2x square plus 1 as given, and f minus 2 minus 3, that domain has given. Domain means what? The value of x has given. Domain means the value of x has given, and then after it asks to find the range, and then after f3, f minus 2 and x if fx is equal to 9. Okay, listen very carefully. What I am thinking, I'm not going to do this question here because question number 7 I will do that will be same type of question, but explaining this one. In question number 2nd and 4th, you must have seen to find the value of f minus 3, f0 and all these things. So here also we can find the value of f3. When I put x is equal to 3, that will be f3. When I put x is equal to minus 2, that will be f minus 2. When I put x is equal to some other value, we will get the other one. So second part easily we can do. Third part is there, what is the x if fx is equal to 9? Like that here. Here I have got fx is equal to 15, then what is the x we have got? Will also do. But first one is there, it's written range. What is the meaning of range? Range means all the f, value of all the fx which is defined for x is equal to, given that minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 5. Once I will put x is equal to minus 2, once I will put x is equal to minus 1, once x is equal to 0, once 1 and 1, 3. And after putting all these values as x, whatever f I am getting, that will be the range. So I am going to do question number 7. What I am thinking in question number 7 also, all these things we have to do. It's written find the range. The first question is that much only, as in the question number 6 it is given. Then after f2, f5 we have to do. Then f minus, it's asking f minus 3 exists or not, and find the x when fx is equal to 7. So almost I can say question number 6 and 7 both are same. So I'm going to do question number 7 for you. Okay. Now see, question number 7 is there. In question number 7, let me write the question here. It's written fx is equal to x square plus t. X square plus t. X is belonging in natural number. X is less than or equal to 5. These things has given. The first question is there to find the range of it. What would be the range? From the starting of this class, when I started that relation, not class, I can say that starting of this chapter, I can say, when I started the relation, I told you that domain and range. When it was written in the roster form, a relation was written in roster form, I told you that the first element is domain and second element is range. Set of the first element is domain, set of the second element is range. Now when we move to the function, so it was written in other way. I told you that all the value of x for which this function is defined, this will be the domain. And after substituting this value, whatever I am getting as fx, it will be called the range. So x will be the domain and it will be the input, I can say. And after putting one value of x as an input, whatever output I am getting as a fx, that means the range. Am I correct? So same way here, if I want to find the range, I know very well x will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If someone will ask me what would be the domain, already it will be domain. This is the domain. This is less than or equal to 5 and natural number. It means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I am moving to the range. The first one is there. Now if I am asking f1 that 1 square plus t is equal to 4. If I am making x is equal to then 2 square plus t, it is equal to 7. If I am making 3, this is equal to 3 square plus t, it is 3 square is 9 plus 3 is 12. If I am taking f4, it is 4 square plus 3, it is 16 plus 3 is 19. If I am taking 5, it is f5, 5 square plus 3 is equal to 25 plus 3 is 20. You can see 4, 7, 12, 19 and 28. When I write this f in roster form, then second element of this f will be, I think 4, 7, 12, 19 and 28. Yeah, once again you can check whether 1 and 2, I think all are correct. So what can I write? Range of f is equal to 4, 7, 12, 19 and 28. Oh, there is no problem. Is it? Anyone have any doubt here? Now, next part of the question is there we find F2 and F5. Now, listen me carefully. For second part of the question, it is asked to find F2 into F5. Now, tell me what is the value of F2? It is 2 square plus 3 means 4 plus 3 is 7. And this one is F5 is 28. And I'm multiplying 7 into 8 is 56. In hand I'm having 5. 7 into is 14 plus 5 is 19. 196 will come or not. Now it's written, does f minus 3 exist? My dear student, and I got f1, f2, f3, f4 and f5. Why I got it? Because it's written x belongs to natural number and x is less than or equal to 5. Now question is there ki, does f minus 3 will exist? Simply you can say it's not exist because minus 3 is not a natural number. Are you getting me? In simple language I can say third part since minus 3 doesn't belong to natural number, and according to the definition of the function, x should be a natural number. So minus 3 doesn't belong to natural number. That's why I can say f minus 3 does not exist. Over. And now the last question, last part of this question. It's written to find the value of x when fx is equal to 7. If I take fx is equal to 7, see, if fx is equal to 7, I can write 7 equal to x square plus 3. This implies that x square is equal to 4, x is equal to 2. I didn't take plus minus 2 because x is a natural number. Either we will do like that or directly from here I can see when fx is 7 then x was 2. Okay, you have got all these points. Okay, and now question number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and many more are there where you have to find the domain and range. Now it is little bit important for you how to find the domain. Domain is easy but range is a little bit different. Domain means all the possible value of x for which this function is defined. I'm taking one part of question number 8. Any one part you can take and hope it will be helpful for you for the other questions. I'm taking third part because first second is easy. Third part is that denominator is a quadratic polynomial. So I'm taking third part first. Okay. Can I proceed? Third part is there. Fx is equal to x upon x square plus 3x plus 2. Listen me very carefully what I say. What is the domain? Domain is all possible value of x for which the function is defined. Now listen me one thing. I think this function is defined for each and every value of x except for those values that denominator is 0. That cannot be 0. If denominator is equal to 0, then it will be undefined. So first of all, we have to search for what value of x that denominator is 0. First of all, we have to search for what value of x that denominator is 0. And it can be. 1 minute, I want to take from you people. Aryan, please unmute yourself. Where is Aryan? Okay, let me do another thing. And, okay, we join now. Those who are here, they can class. Yeah, I was discussing about that domain. So domain means what? All the value of x for which this function is defined. I told you only one thing. If x is, we are having a function in this form, when what I can say, fraction is there. Fraction will be defined if that denominator is not equal to 0. So what I have to do? I have to find the value of x for which this denominator is equal to 0. Except this value, that function is defined for each and every value of x. Now listen me. What can I write? For real function, I can say x square plus 3x plus 2 should not be equal to 0. Should not be equal to 0. Am I correct? If it is equal to 0, then definitely I'll get fx, that is undefined. Now we will simplify, and I think I'll get x plus 1 into x plus 2, which should not be equal to 0. Am I correct? It means what? X plus 1 should not be equal to 0 and x plus 2 should not be equal to 0. Listen me very carefully. Till now, when we are taking equal to 0, then we were taking r. Either the first bracket is 0 or second bracket is 0, then product of these will be 0, or both will be 0. But here I took n. Both should not be equal to 0. If any one of them will be 0, then our function will be undefined. It means what? X should not be equal to -1 and x should not be equal to -2. Yes, x should not be equal to -1 and x should not be equal to -2. Now, what can I write? The domain of f will be all the real number except -1 and -2. Listen me very carefully what I want to say. Here you have to use curly bracket. You can't write like that -1 -2. You can't write like that -1 and -2. It means that all the real number except -1 to -2, all the value which is belonging between -1 to -2 or from -1 to -2, that is not defined. Sorry, -2 to -1 because that -2 is less than -1. So -2 to -1 I can say. It can be written like that -2 to -1 and -2. But these are wrong. Between -2 and -1, many other real numbers are there. Many real numbers are there. I'm not talking about these real numbers. I'm talking about exactly -1 and -2. So we will use here the real bracket. Simply I'm telling you. Are you getting me? Okay. Now, wait 1 minute. One student said sends. One student asked one thing, is sir, at the place of you wrote here x is square plus 3x plus 2 is not equal to 0. Can we write it's greater than 0? No. Actually, if the denominator is negative, even then that function will be defined. These things will come when we will have a square root. That time will come, because in a square root only positive numbers can come, negative can't come. So if you are having any such type of doubt, you may raise your hand, then I'll explain a little bit more. Okay, let's start. Don't worry, in last moment I'll give you time for asking a question. So this is the question number 8, where we have to find domain only. That was very easy. Domain means the value of x for which the function is defined. That is okay. Now in question number 9 also we have to find the range only. Now how to find the range? This is an important point, and that book will help you. Number 9, I'm taking first part. It is fx is equal to x square plus 2 ground, and it's written x belongs to r. Listen me very carefully what I want to say. What I have to do, I have to find the range of this function. One thing is very clear, as given x belongs to r, it means domain will be what? Real number. It is defined for each and every value of x which is r real. It is defined. Okay. Now you have to find the range. Range means what? The value of fx for which that x is defined. As I told you, there are two methods. One, that I told you, okay, I can take x is equal to fx is equal to y. Then we will try to find the value of x in terms of what I can say y. Then we will see that for this value of, for what value of y x is real. Is there any value of y that for which it is real or not? It is not real. So for those value of y which is not following, satisfying it, I can't take it as a range. Only I can take the value of y for which this function will be, that condition will satisfy the x is the range. That is the first condition. And there are some questions where we are bounded to take fx is equal to y to find the range. But some questions are there where without taking fx is equal to y, we may find the range, like this question. So I'm trying to find the range here by both method. The first one is what I am thinking. One method is there. It's written x is belonging in R. It is given. If x is belonging in R, so x square must be greater than or equal to 0 or not. Just tell me. Square of a real number will always positive. Means I can say non-negative because 0 will also come. So only saying positive is not correct. I can say it's not negative. It means greater than or equal to 0. So when I take x square here, it will be greater than or equal to 0. Say yes or no. Is it or not? If I am adding 2 both sides, why I am adding 2? Because x square plus 2 is there as fx. So it can be written as x square plus 2 is greater than or equal to 2. Is it? Say yes or no. And now fx is, this is the fx is greater than or equal to 2. Means for every value of x which is belonging in R, fx should be greater than or equal to 2. It cannot be less than 2. So what should I write here? The range of f is belonging to close interval to infinite. Anyone have any doubt here? Say yes or no. Now, the other way is there. That is the one method. Second method is there. I will take fx is equal to y. Let fx is equal to y. So y is equal to I have x square equal to x square is equal to y minus 2. X is under root y minus 2. Under root y minus 2. Now tell me, it is given if x is real number. When x will be real, if y minus 2 is greater than 0. Are you getting me? If y minus 2 is greater than 0 or equal to 0 also, if it is 1 upon, then only greater we will take. But if y minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0, then only x will be real. If it is negative, x can't real. Under root negative will be not real. It is imaginary. Actually, since we started the class 11 and we are after a few chapters, we will have a complex number. That complex number we will use one new word for it, imaginary. So what type of numbers are called the imaginary? It will be discussed there. Till the class 10th, it was taken not real. It's not that word has not come imaginary. Only we wrote that if discriminant is less than 0 of a quadratic equation, then roots will be not real. It was discussed or not? So here you can see what I want to say. For every y minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0, x will be real. If y minus 2 is less than 0 means negative, x would not be real. What I has given in the question, x is real. So what I can say? For x belongs to real number, y minus 2 should be greater than or equal to 0. It means y is greater than or equal to 2. And what was y? Y was just fx only. No? We had got fx is greater than or equal to 2, like that. And if fx is greater than or equal to 2, it means what? Range of f is belonging to goes equal to infinity. Anyone have any doubt here? Yes. Anyone have any doubt? Say yes or no. Yeah, one more thing is there. As I wrote here, its belonging. If it is x, then otherwise I can take equal because that code is I can take like that. X belongs to R, it means what? That domain of f is equal to R. You are getting my point? You are getting my point? How to find the range? Because it is an important. Now move to other question, question number 11 and 12. Question number 11 also can be done like that only. It can be written, yeah, it is x plus 2 is this one, then its range can be like that. But question number 12, for the question number 12, we are bounded to take y. So one question I am going to do from the 11, and then after I will do one question from 12 also. See, question number 11, that first part is there, fx is equal to under root x plus 2. And see carefully in the question what I has given, find the domain and range of this function. Find the domain and range. As I told you, for domain that we have to take the value of x for which it is real. Now tell me, if x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 0, then fx will be defined or not? Yeah? Say yes or no. What can I write? For real function, x plus 2 should be greater than or equal to 0. It means x is greater than or equal to minus 2. So what can I write here? Domain of f is equal to close interval minus 2 infinity. This is the domain. I don't think it is very difficult for you people to find the domain. But think about the range. What should I do if I want to find the range? What should I do if I want to find the range? As I told you, there are two methods to do it. There are two methods to do it. One is directly we can take all these things, and then after we will write here. Now see what I saw here. I took x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. I took or not? If x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 0, so under root x plus 2 should be greater than or equal to 0. Actually, when I am taking square root of any number, then plus minus both are coming. In our definition, only positive has taken, that's why I am taking positive. It's okay. So what we have got, fx is greater than or equal to 0 or not? Say yes or no. So I can write here range of f is equal to 0 to infinite. If there is any problem, you can raise your hand. Sir, I am having problem in this line. Definitely, I'll explain one more. Any problem is there? Say yes or no. I don't think. I don't think that problem is there. Now, one more point is there what I want to discuss with you people. That is, if the question has given, since we are running with a sort of time, we are getting only 45 minutes. And this is not enough for all these things. I am not able to complete the. If I am discussing about the question number 12, there are different parts. And in this question number 12, we are bounded to take fx is equal to y. Otherwise, we will not be able to solve the question. Here also it's written find the domain and range. And different type of questions are there. There are 6 parts, 5. Fourth one I am going to do. And I am just trying to discuss with the fourth one what will be happen and how to find the domain and range of these things. Listen me very carefully. That question number 8, it's a 12. Fourth part is there. 12, fourth part. fx is given as 4 plus x upon 4 minus 6. Listen me very carefully. Now tell me, where is it first? He asked one thing that sir, denominator can be taken as greater than 0 or not. What about the negative? Again, I am just going to do the same thing for real function. What should I write? 4 minus x should not be equal to 0. Now you see, for every value of x, that fx will be defined except 4. If I put x is equal to 4, then denominator will be 0. What can I write here? X is equal to 4. Sorry, not equal to 4. So I can say that the domain of f is equal to all the real number except 4. This is the easy one. What I am thinking to find the domain is easy comparing the range. Now I am moving to the range. And then after I will discuss with you. What can I write for range? If I am taking fx is equal to y, so fx is 4 plus x upon 4 minus x is equal to y or not? Yes or no? It could be. Okay. Now after simplifying, 4 plus x is equal to 4 minus 4y minus xy. Our motto is there to find the value of x in terms of y. May I transpose this one in this side? So I have now x plus xy and 4 will transpose here, then 4y minus 4. Now when I take x common, it will be y plus 1 or 1 plus y, that is equal to 4y minus 4. So x is equal to 4y minus 4 upon y plus 1. Now I am asking to you people, as we have got x is the real number except 4. All the real numbers will be the domain for x except x is equal to 4. Now tell me, if I take x is equal to minus 1, x will be the real? I don't think. If I take x is equal y is equal to minus 1, x will be real. No, it will be undefined. It will be undefined. So what should I do? I can say for every x belongs to r minus 4, that y plus 1 should not be equal to 0. It should not be equal to 0. It means y is not equal to minus 1. Are you getting me? So if y is not equal to minus 1, it means what? Except minus 1, all the real numbers will be the range. So what can I write here? Range of f is equal to all the real number except minus 1. Except minus 1. Okay. I'm just I want to do some more questions, but before that, I'm just taking you people in a gallery view, and I'm asking you people, anyone have any problem till now, whatever we have discussed? Yes, you can, students, 2 students are there, they are in waiting room from longer time. During the class only, you must have observed one thing. I got some disturbance from one student, that was Aryan. I think with him, too many other students were sitting there, don't know who are there. And when I call that things, Aryan, unmute yourself, he left the class. And then after only, I just do one thing. Now you are not allowed to attend the class directly. If I will allow them. And from the last 10 minutes, I can see 2 students are there, Aditya and Nabya, Trisha Singh, they are in waiting. If you remember in the starting of the class, when it was started, I told you the first 10 minutes, we are giving you people to attend the class. Then after we will not allow. So please be punctual. And still I can see many are there. It's not looking nice to take a name, but you are bounded me to take the name. That many are there who are attending the class without video. How many times that reminders are required for you? Still, I can see Shreshth Singh, Srijan, Asta Singh, Anushka Singh, Sandeep Kumar. Even Anushka had switched off her video from the starting of the class. Arshit, then Yes Khan. Many are there. It's not looking nice. Simply, I'm telling you, it's not looking nice. And we are not here to just remind you the rules and regulations every day. Already we are having a lot of syllabus to cover in our well-defined schedule. But every day I can see some students are there who are attending the class without video. And now today you must have seen there are 2 students who are in waiting room. Now I'm going to join them also. But these things are not okay. No whole times I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just giving you just a reminder for all the rubbish things. Is it looking nice? Now you are the class 11th students, and I think you are very responsible person. Class 11, 12 means the senior most students. Please, just behave like a class 11th math students. I told you on the very first day when I was started the class that math students are different from the other. I told you that mathematics is your identity. What is going on? That's careless approach. Simply, I can say careless approach. Not all, few are there. Otherwise, I can see maximum students are attending class very seriously. They are just attempting all these things. If they are having some question, they are asking, but side by side, something is there which is not good for us. Maybe some students are having some technical problems. Some problems are there. Because of this problem they are not able to switch on the video, or some other things can take place, but it can be with 1 or 2 students. It may be for 1 or 2 days, not like that every day we are doing the same. Since we are just uploading our video on website also, that's why in starting of the class first for 30-35 minutes I'm not discussing all these things. Continuous I'm teaching. Last 10 minutes I'm giving to you people to ask your question or to clear your doubts. That's I'm giving you time. It's okay. But is this times decided for discussing these things or discussing the things related to our topic? You decide. And really, it was an important topic. What I discussed today, how to find the rules, the range, and domain. Domain is very easy. Maximum students are easily getting the domain, but they are facing problem in finding the range. I know very well. So please be responsible. Again, I'm repeating myself. You are the senior student. Now that class 10th is over, you are in class 11th, and from here only almost maximum students will define their future, I can say. If you have taken mathematics, so definitely you have decided in which field you have to go. And now you may ask to yourself, are you honest towards your commitment or not? What commitment you have done with yourself? Please be a little bit responsible. Okay. Now again, I'm asking to you, is there any question what you want to ask? Anyone have any question? Yes, Anushka, I think you want to ask something, please.
Sir, exercise 2.3, question 22.
2.3?
Question 22.
What happened?
Not able to prove.
Wait 1 minute. I think you are having old edition book. Because in the new edition, only till the question 22. Mod of x plus 2 you are asking, na?
Yes, sir.
They said ki it's neither 1 1 nor 1 2. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Simply that orally I am explaining this question. If suppose that I'm talking about the modulus function, and if function is defined from real to real number, so either it is negative or positive. Let me write one line, then okay, it will be more clear for you. If the function has given fx is equal to mod of x plus, and it's written that function is defined from real number to real number, is it? Real number may be negative, real number may be positive. If I take x is equal to 1, even then it is equal to 3. And if I take x is equal to -5, to -5 plus 2 will be mod of -3, that will be also 3. So two different value of x will have a same image or not? Say yes or no. And if they will have a same image, it will not be 1 1, it will be minimum, the first condition. Second condition, for onto, if this is real and this is real, for every value of this x, we will substitute here and we will take the magnitude of this one, mod of this one, absolute value. So negative will not come. So range will be always positive real number, non-negative real number I can say, because it can come non-negative real number. So that negative real number will not have any pre-image. Negative real number will not have any pre-image. And as I told you, if the single element is there which have no pre-image, then I can say it is not onto, it is into. Hope you have got my point. Yeah. Anyone have any other problem? Okay. So dear students, I think we are running with already. It is 10:37. Our timing was 10:30 only. So rest of the things we will discuss tomorrow. And please sit seriously during the class. It's not looking nice as eating something, drinking something, and sometimes just people are. I know very well. You people are just used to switch off your camera for that purpose only. That teachers will not be able to see what I'm doing. Please don't do it. Okay? Attend your class seriously. Thank you and have a good day.